Well, can I ask, I mean, amazing film for fans to see the scope of your entire career, but I know you're watching here tonight. What's it like for you to see this on screen? And there must be an appreciation now, or was it just like, oh, I can't believe we wore that, or what was it? What's that experience like?
Well, they did say that Brad Pitt was supposed to play me. I don't know what happened. I gave them envelopes of cash, and they didn't mention anything about that either. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to sit and watch, 40 years of your life over 90 minutes, like a 90-minute home movie. But there's some great things in there, and it is a pretty interesting story, I think. I thought those guys were great, personally. And so good looking.
What do you Brad Pitt?
I found it at times painful. Watching yourself talk for 2 hours, like, oh my God. And of course, the older stuff was kind of an out-of-body experience.
Someone else?
Yeah, exactly, someone else's body. Very strange, and of course, it's emotional to see all those photographs, and some of which I had seen before, many I had not seen before, and to hear the old performances. So it's quite a weird experience watching it, frankly.
Well, I know it was amazing for everybody here. Sam, you've been present in the films you've made to date. Was there any thought going into this that would be your approach here, or was it like, no, I don't want to be in this one? Tell us a little bit about that.
No, because we had Brad Pitt lined up. No, no, we didn't need it. I guess is the short answer. I think that as we developed the film, what we learned is that these guys are open, honest, and intelligent people, and I don't think we needed a narrator or...
Obviously.
And quite fetching. That we didn't need a host or a narrator to help carry the story. So it was a new challenge for us, I suppose, from a filmmaking perspective, that we didn't have that tool or that device to use to carry the story, but yeah, we got through it.
I think the interviews in the film are great. Everyone's articulate, funny. Tell us a little bit about the process of finding the people that you wanted to speak to Rush's legacy in the film. Some of Billy Corgan, I think it's great. Jack Black, obviously, all of them.
I wish it was always this easy. Making a film about Rush made it really easy to get people we always battle to get people to be in our films, but not this time. I think that people came out of the woodwork that don't do interviews very often. Trent Reznor, Cliff Bernstein, is a bit of a mythical character. There's sort of a lot of mythical characters that sort of said, well, yeah, you guys are doing a film about Rush. We want to be a part of this. So it was a lot easier, and I think what we were struck by was the breadth of musicians that were influenced by Rush that sound nothing like them, and that was really fascinating to us. It was more of the attitude and the philosophy and the spirit of Rush that they were influenced by and that they carried into their own music, whether it was Metallica, Smashing Pumpkins, or Pantera.
Of course. Well, I'd love to hear some of the thoughts of you guys, some of the questions, and Rush Girl, I guess, is going to get the first question. Did you want to ask a question, or you just want to hold the sign? Yes, ask your question.
First of all, Scott and Sam, thank you so much for making this documentary, because billions of us have wanted to see this kind of thing for eons. After seeing this whole thing, do you think you've reached the pinnacle of your career, or
Rush Girl wants to know if they think they've reached the pinnacle of their career.
What's a pinnacle? I don't think so. I think we still got a lot to learn, and we're still plugging away, and one of these days we'll get it right.
Go ahead. Yes. Why did, were you guys as involved with Ayn Rand as Neil was? Was that your thing or more his thing?
We weren't aware of her work until Neil, of course, was caught reading her work. And we started reading. And some of her work was actually quite important to me personally. The Fountainhead and Anthem were two pieces that I really appreciated in terms of what she had to say about her kind of artistic manifesto. You know, the fact that, you know, the desires of the individual in terms of what his art should be and his need to do that, you know, have to take importance in that artist's life. So when you're a kid and you're reading that and you're trying to make music and trying to make your way, that's really affirming. You know, that became an important thing for me. So yeah, I would say that I was personally influenced. I can't speak for this guy, but he will.
I was probably less so, but I didn't actually start, I couldn't actually read until I was 25. Because my parents were right about the school thing. I should have stayed. But yeah, I think there's certainly an influence, but that was really at an early period in the band's career, and there are so many other influences and so many other things that we got into and traveled through. So, I mean, really, I think Ayn Rand was a kind of a small part, really.
Go ahead, over here.